What is up, my Planet Coaster friends? Johnny5 Alive here, and we are here with another news update. Update 1.13 is here. It came out today. In this episode, we're going to go over and review the whole thing. So stay tuned, and let's check it out. So before we start reading it, the first notable thing here is they added in the screenshots right there. I can't avoid this spoiler, guys, but there is a Skizzer, and that's a new ride. So what I might do is have the ride footage playing while I talk. That might work. Anyways, let's read this update. Hey everyone, as you may be aware from our previous live stream and dev update post, we've got a minor update going live today, followed by a bigger release later in April. Today's update brings with it a number of changes, such as new coaster supports and light sequencing, which was spoiled's crossed out, mentioned by Sam on the live stream. He's notorious for spoiling things whenever he's on the live stream, so it's always fun to tune in when he's on. As well as some key bug fixes, language support, and a cool new flat ride. The update is due to go live at roughly 1300 GMT. Before we get into the flat ride, I know that many of you have been asking about the progress on a couple of bugs reported on our forums. I'd like to give you a little more information regarding both the gift shop bug and the guest queuing discrepancies that people have been reporting. I'm pleased to say that the update should see a full fix to the bug affecting guest behavior and over purchasing of gift items. All right. The queue length, however, is a much more complex bug fix. Guest behavior, decision making, and their actions have so much data and data points from behind the scenes affecting this decision making, which means this is much more of a progressive development. The team have done a fantastic job of implementing some improvements in this update, which I'll detail in a second, but your help in playing, testing, and giving us feedback is so valuable. Please do make sure to report any thoughts and feedback on our bug forum. The following improvements have been made to the queuing system and the guest decision making. Guests are now more willing to join longer queues in order to help address the issue with not enough guests in ride queues. There have been various improvements in the way that guests ride queues in order to avoid guests thinking a ride queue is full, even if it's empty. The ride info panels have now been adjusted to reflect more up-to-date thoughts to improve how relevant the thought feedback on the info panel is. That's great. I was always thinking that there wasn't enough thoughts on the queues, or I mean on the ride info. So that's a good one. I really like that. I'd like to take a moment to thank the development team for their continued dedication to improving the game experience. These are just a couple of fixes and improvements, so please take a look at the full patch notes at the bottom of this page. As always, if you have any bugs or issues, don't forget to report them on the bug forum. Again, so I'll put a link down to the bug forum in the description of this video in case you find something. Now onto the flat ride. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to unveil Skizzer. Inspired by one of the most recognizable flat rides ever made, the Skizzer is a realistic classic where passengers are flung from side to side in a fun-fueled twin axle centrifuge. Vroom, there it is. Beautiful. I love it. So there you go, guys. A new flat ride. Exciting. And finally, please find the full patch notes down below. So exciting new features and improvements. Language support added for traditional Chinese, simplified Chinese, and Korean. Allow items to be removed from single sale in shops. That's great because I was looking at I didn't want the reindeer and elf hats and stuff to be sold in certain parks, like a sci-fi park. So that's really good news. Added a new ride, the Skizzer. Added Skizzer ride audio and Friendship Drive engaged music tracks. So we have new music tracks because of this flat ride. Global coaster track support improvements that will automatically populate throughout all coasters. So these global track support improvements automatically populate through all coasters. I wonder if that means it's going to update your currently existing coaster supports. That'll be interesting to see. I just built a coaster, so I wonder if the supports are going to be different when I go back in. New support just on vertical drops / rides. Dive coaster has its own new vertical support. New diagonal supports just for specials. Sloping supports stay facing the same way when ascending and descending. No more goalpost supports on the track 1 variants. Okay, that's cool. Doglegging now only occurs 100 feet from the ground. New support for vertical loops on inverted, Rival, Boa, and Stingray. Very cool. So we're gonna see a lot more better looking coaster supports across all of our coasters. It's gonna be more realistic, which is great. Those no limit guys are gonna hate this game even more. They better come over and play. Live data stats changed from acceleration to actual g-forces, factoring in gravity. Interesting. Airtime scoring has had minor tweaks. Move airtime bonus out from being measured by acceleration into actual g-forces. Nice. Light sequences added to the kickflip and cube flat rides. That's really cool. Added new guest thoughts. On-ride experience, having fun, nauseous, and too intense. That's great. Post-ride thoughts. How satisfied guests are by a ride. Oh, that's awesome. Missing facilities and shops, including luxury items shops such as souvenirs and hats. I don't know what that means. Missing facilities and shops. Ride wear and tear has been improved. Ride breakdowns. Transport rides, including if other stations are near anything interesting. Okay, I think someone mentioned this before. They were saying that they decorated one station, but the other station wasn't getting any thoughts or prestige. So that seems like a fix there, which is really good. If things are too far away and there are no transport rides. Oh, that's great. So the guests will be thinking like, I want to take a transport ride there. That's awesome. Bug fixes. Shop attractiveness improvements. Various guest brains upgrades to improve the balancing of how attractive gift shops are, how guests react when there is no gift shop present, balance improvements on luxury item needs. So they're going to want gifts more. They're going to want to go to the gift shops that are well decorated, and then when there are no gifts in that general area, they're going to start thinking, hey, I want to buy a gift. That is very cool. Ride queue improvements. Extensive improvements and tweaks added to the guest queuing behavior to improve the guest judgment of queues and improve assessment of queue length. Guests are now more willing to join longer ride queues. That's great. Various improvements have been made to get how guests access ride queues. I've noticed this before where guests just like 1 in 30 guests will go on a ride. So this is a great update indeed. Ride info panels now report current up-to-date thoughts to improve the relevancy of guest thought feedback on the info panel. Awesome. Fixed guests not going down steep stairs in queues. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know about that one. Neon signs no longer placed upside down. I saw a few of those bugs in the last patch. Coaster trains no longer ignore minimum departure interval. Oh. French and German park opening hours are now displayed as a 24-hour clock. Fixed mechanic animations no longer intersects with control booth when intersecting the Screaminator ride. Okay. Reduce the amount of early reflections and indoor speakers thanks to our community. And there's a link. Triggered effects and music more audible when on ride and more directional to help reduce bleed through walls. May require pointing the speaker at the right ride better. Okay. Fixed a problem that doubled the volume of music on flat rides. If you change the volume on the flat rides to compensate, you may need to check and readjust that. Our apologies for this oversight and the possibility of resulting extra work. Update to Planko, including the improvements on rides and queues, which now use proper Planko. I wonder if we're going to stop hearing Men Have a Zulu now. Audio mix improvements and additional optimizations and stability fixes. So that's good. Overall optimization and stability fixes are always great. Added park entrance to the grassland biome and hard difficulty challenge mode. Good stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this news update episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this update, please be sure to smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more daily Planet Coaster videos and news updates. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye now.